What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me on D's analysis. We're going to be looking at MSTR. So, as we know, we've had our nice run up, respecting this trend line, looking very beautiful. We've had our multiple touches 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6, but you can see we're respecting it very well. And we got the last touch, we touched it and we shot right back up. We didn't spend too much time there. That's what you love to see. Remember, the more you touch something, the weaker it gets. So we don't want to keep touching this trend line, because if we continue to touch it, we can eventually fall through. So seeing that bottoming pattern to shoot back up is a beautiful sign. We either have a double or a triple bottom, as we spoke about previously. So I would just say a double bottom for easier. It's easier on the eyes. Looking very bullish though. We are having that trouble right here, which we spoke about previously, with this level of resistance at our head because of the SMAs and Bollinger Bands above us. But we are fighting to get through it. I think we can get a nice explosive move once we can get a sustainable move above here. We might have a minor level of resistance at, it's kind of tough to see. We might have a little zone here that we have to break, but I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue, but we should have a little bit of resistance here at 345 to about 350. So we should have a little bit of resistance once we break here. That'll be our next level that we have to worry about. And then once we break this 345 to about 350 region, hopefully we get a close and retest above. And then we have to worry about this golden zone in the bearish pool. So we pull from here to here. We have to worry about this golden zone above our head, because this is a continuation of a bear trend to the downside. So we definitely want to break above that and do the same thing. We want to get that close above, retest, and then we go crazy from there. On the daily SMAs, we got our 20 crossing our 50, extremely bullish. It doesn't always play out, but once you get the right momentum with the right seasonality and you have global liquidity behind you and all these different things, it turns out to be a good move, as you can see here. As you can see, we do get fake outs, but even on the fake outs, they're still decent sized moves. As you can see, 50%. We had a cross here. Remember, it's a lagging indicator, so that's another 70%. So even on the fake outs, there's still large moves to the upside. So looking very good. And we did get a bounce off the 200-day, which is nice to see. We touched it about 3 times and we shot off of it almost every single time. On the weekly SMAs, we also bounced off the 50 week. Very strong level of support and resistance, as you can see here. Once you get that 20 crossing the 50, very bullish. And we are right now at the 20 week, and we're just trying to get a close above it. We want to get a close above that and this level of resistance here on the weekly, and that would be extremely bullish. This is still bullish regardless. Even if we don't close above it, we can still do it the following week, but it would make it even more bullish if we close this week. On the Bollinger Bands, we're already making our way up to the red band. Hopefully we can hug it up the entire way as we go to the upside, because as you can see here, that's kind of what we did here. We're just hugging it, and then in between our little pullbacks would be to the blue band and continue on up. So that's what we want to see to the upside. We want to see this thing hugging the red and then pulling back to the blue for temporary breath, and then continue moving on up. And on the weekly Bollinger Bands, we're at a point of resistance at the blue band, currently underneath it. So we definitely want to get a close above the blue band, the SMA, and this level of resistance and support. On daily RSI, we got our inverse head and shoulders looking very good. We are creating fresh highs little by little, stair stepping our way up. Let's see if we can get a nice ramped up move, but we definitely want to see that sustainable strength behind price. So it's looking very good. And on the weekly, we have broken this yellow moving average and we're starting to climb, creating higher highs and higher lows. Hopefully this thing can start going vertical to overbought territory. On the daily MACD, we're looking very good. Increase in momentum and a push upwards. And we're back in bullish territory. We have crossed the dotted line, the 0 point right here. It's looking very bullish. Shows that we have volume behind us, starting to create volume. And this is starting to curl up. We're starting to get that drop here on the volume in the bearish sense. A drop in bearish volume, and then hopefully an increase in bullish volume. Global liquidity still doing its thing, looking very good. We got our double bottom here. Pretty much got a similar pattern here on MSTR, as you can see. So let's see if this is actually the real move. That's kind of what we've been debating on for a long time now. If this is the move, then the lag would be about 85 days. I don't think anything's definite for sure. I do think the lag is always switching, so always be wary of that. Keep that in mind. But it looks like it is starting to play out, so maybe we're somewhere here in this entire move. We're maybe like right here. Maybe we're about to go even more vertical, because Bitcoin is running up to that resistance level that I spoke about previously, which we'll go over in a moment. But global liquidity continues to climb. It went up again on Monday. Let's see if we continue climbing even further and higher. As you can see, it's just pretty much been stair-stepping its way up. This is the 4 hour, so you can just see a better view of it. But it's just been ramping up. We really got a strong move up on Wednesday, April 9th. A strong move up for about 5 days. Now, when we take a look here at Bitcoin, currently, this level of support and resistance that we drew out, looking perfect. We got a 4 hour close, 2 4 hour closes above this level, super bullish. And now we're fighting this level of resistance right here. As you can see, this wick right here is holding price down. And I was saying once we crack this 88,815 level, I mean, we cracked it, but it's still resistance. We haven't even got a close above it. So I do think we can get a push up higher, so maybe the low 90s. We just need some momentum behind us. Maybe with the open at 9:30, that'll be enough momentum to push us to the higher level, or it's enough momentum to reject us back down and wipe out this move. But when you take a look here, it's actually extremely bullish when you pull off this fib here. That's a very, very bullish move. So we got to bounce off the 382. So actually, it would be off of here. So from here, we got to bounce off the 382. And if we pull back to this candle, we got to bounce off the 382 and the 0.5, which is very bullish. And now this is the new high. So anything, if we were to pull back, maybe we get a bounce off the 382 and continue up, or we pull back all the way to the to the golden zone at the 0.5 to the 618. But I think this is right now it's looking like a sustainable move, but we'll see, because things switch very quickly on Bitcoin and MicroStrategy. So we'll see how things play out. Overall, it looks very, very bullish. Love to see that. On the SMAs, we are currently breaking the 200-day. So that is an amazing sign. Last time we broke the 200-day, we did get a fake out a couple times. But if we actually break the 200-day and sustainable move, you can see what happens. You can get a really, really strong move above. But the difference between this break here and this break is that these, in this sense, the 50 and the 20 were still trending downward. So you see the 50 here and the 20. As we broke the 200 here, it almost kind of let you know that it was going to be a fake out. Not necessarily, but you can see you broke the 200, but the 20 and the 50 are still pushing downward. When you broke the 200 here, the 20 and the 50 were pushing upward. So you had that sustainable price underneath it, and you had the trend helping behind you. And you can kind of tell the same thing when we got the breakdowns here. We broke above it here. We broke above here, but the 20 and the 50 were pushing down. We broke above it here, but the 20 and the 50 were pushing down. So not saying that this is going to happen, but I would love to see that. But it does look similar, where you have the 20 curling up to the 50, about to overtake the 50, while the 200 is being broken. So that could be a very bullish sign. So we'll see how it plays out. It's just my little observation right there. And on the weekly, we got to bounce off the 50. SMAs, nothing too much to see here on the weekly. On the daily, we are at the red Bollinger Band, so let's see if we hug it or if this is going to act as resistance. That's another reason why price is struggling to break this level. On a bearish pull to the downside, we have broken the 382, which is a good sign. And then we're going to have some trouble here at this 92,000 level to about 96,000, which is the bottom of this range here at 92, because this is a golden zone to the downside. So this is going to act as a strong level of support to the downside, and it'll be resistance for us right now. So it'll be supporting price to continue on down or acting as resistance right here. So something to keep in mind. And when we take a look here at the Bitcoin divided by the VIX, you can see that we reached these levels of capitulation before a nice moves up. So let's see if we get a repeat here. Looking very bullish, and we have pushed up the past couple weeks off of that move. So let's see if we can continue up and erase this entire move and continue the trend upward. And back to MicroStrategy. When you pull from here, we are still inside of our golden zone. We're still underneath the 0.5, and we're still above the 618. So we're stuck inside. We want to get that close above about 330, 329. We want to get a close above there so we can be outside of this golden zone and start that move upward. I mean, we probably already started the move anyways, but we want to get the sustainable move upward. And you got to get past the golden zone. Golden zone is a key level. And on a larger time frame or a larger scale, you pull it all the way down, and we're actually already outside of the golden zone. So there's two different ways of looking at it. You look at it from the first leg, or if you combine both legs. We got to bounce perfectly off the 618 3 times, 4 times, and now we got to close above it, retest, and now we're pushing up higher. So this would be the ideal scenario. Hopefully this is the one that holds more strength. It should be, because it's a longer time frame. It's a larger move, so it should hold more weight than the other one. But this is very bullish. We have broken and got to bounce off of the strongest level, which is the golden zone. And then for price targets, for anybody who hasn't seen this, I know I have seen that we have some new people. I appreciate everybody's support. This is a new channel. I've been doing it for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks now. And I appreciate all of you guys supporting and sharing your thoughts and opinions with me. It's cool to have a community that is into the same thing that I am. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching and stuff. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends and stuff if you find this stuff interesting. So we have a flagpole here. We use these to measure out our targets. Anybody who's been on the channel for some time has already known this. But as you can see, it almost measured up. So we'll measure it up a little bit more. And then from that flagpole, measuring it out, it takes to about anywhere from 1100 to about 1250 roughly. So that's how we're using our flagpoles. It's played out the first time, and let's see if it plays out this time as well. Now, on top of that, in confluence with that, when you do a reverse pull and you use the fib as an extension, you can see the 2618 to the 2272 were key levels. So if we do the same thing here, and you pull it down, you use it as an extension tool, that flagpole actually measures up with the 2272 to the 2618. And on here, maybe we get a blow off top and we blow past the 2618 temporarily and then pull back. As you can see, we do have blow off tops before these pullbacks. Not saying that the next move will have a blow off top, but if we do have a blow off top, maybe it's the end of a temporary move, and then we can continue up higher in the cycle depending on economic data and stuff like that. But as you can see, we had a blow off top here, and we had a blow off top in 2021. So that seems to be the current theme with MSTR. When we have that final move, it's usually a blow off top. So maybe we get a blow off top and then we go sideways for a couple months and then do the last move and then another blow off top. But that's all I have for you guys. drop a like and subscribe. Drop a comment too. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.